Welcome. All righty, here we go. We're going to start out with the legs extended. And it's very bright, actually, today. I know you can't, I don't know, I'm a little silhouetted. But anyway, so you point, you flex, flex, point, and flex. Okay. And then we'll sit cross-legged. And as we're here, taking the arms out to the sides, take a breath in, and then your right arm over the other, you'll wrap, eagle, the upper part of eagle, and then lower your head round your back, bring your hands, maybe your right little finger touches down, and then inhale, coming up, and then circling. Inhale up, exhale over, and circle in the opposite direction. Exhale down, and inhale up. Good. And then reaching the arms wide. Now, before we recross, we'll redo the legs, and then extending the arms, and you have your left arm over the other. You might want to hug first and then wrap. And circling. You choose your direction. 2 circles each side. Exhale down. And inhale up. And reverse. Exhale down. And inhale up. And down. And up. Good. And then we'll extend the arms, and from here, stretching your legs. And we have tabletop, so where your knees are, you'll draw your heels, and the hands are pressing down. Roll the shoulders back. Breathe in, and then press on up. So you create a tabletop out of your body, maybe tilting your head back, and breathe. And exhale. And then lowering. And once you lower, take the arms up into the air. Reach. And twist one direction, left or right. Doesn't matter. We'll do both sides. Turn. Look back. Maybe you can even extend your arm like you're hitchhiking. You have your thumb up and you can look at your thumb. And come back to center. Interlace fingers. Reaching the arms up, extend, and then pressing, one hand to the mat, one hand to your outside leg, turn, and then if you have this, if you can keep your back upright, then you extend your left arm, looking at, or your arm, whichever arm you've extended, looking at the thumb. Good, and then releasing. From here, have a block at your knees. So I'm bending the knees, my heels are down. It might be that your toes are down, but definitely the heels are down. And I don't have the front of my foot down. And then we'll come back. So the more upright you are, the easier. The more you come back, the more you work. And try to keep your back straight. And squeeze into the block. And then twist to one side. And then come back to center, breathe in. And twist the other direction. Back to center. Maybe you can go a little further back. Twist. Back to center. Deep breath in. Exhale, twist. And release. Good work. From here, we'll come on to, actually, we'll do the breathing. We'll do the breathing already. So basically, it's called resonant breathing, because those whole bodies resonates. You resonate your heart rate, your capacity to breathe, respiratory rate. Okay, so all of this is going to resonate, like just creating this harmony inside. So I'll just kind of show you the movement, then we'll do the counting, and then we'll do a visualization with it. So you're upright with your spine. Your fingertips are pointing down, and you're going to come up. The shoulders stay down. Inhale up, And then exhale down. Flex the wrists as you come down. Inhale up. Nasal breathing. Exhale down. Nasal breathing. Soft belly. Inhale up. Exhale down. Almost effortless. And the rise of the arms matches the inhalation. You don't want to rush the breath. You're slowing your breath down. No holding, no tightening. Think of the inhalation, arms coming up, and the exhalation, arms coming down, as even in duration. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go to 6. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's the goal. Now what we're going to do, we're going to paint a waterfall. So you can close your eyes and you are the artist. Maybe you're very, very artistic, like Willow. And maybe you're not, maybe you just kind of don't think of yourself as very artistic, but today you're a genius. You're an artist genius, and you're just pressing, the hands are painting the most beautiful waterfall in the universe. Inhale, reaching up. All this is breathing through the nose. Exhale, paint your waterfall. See the colors. And my waterfall has white. It's got glacial blues, different hues of blue. And maybe this is a waterfall you've seen many times. Maybe it's the waterfall of your imagination. As you paint the waterfall, I want you to smell the waterfall. You know that smell, water. The smell of moisture in the air, the smell of moss. As you paint your waterfall, I want you to resonate with your body, your mind, your spirit. I want you to hear the sound of the waterfall. As you paint your waterfall, I want you to feel the moisture on your skin that splashes from the waterfall even at a distance. And then next time the arms come down, rest them down, let your shoulders in. If your arms got tired, maybe, next time you work a little more from your back or just relaxing even more and just pausing and feeling that resonance within that we cultivate. We're going to come onto our backs. So if you have a block, it will go under your back and the legs are going to be up in the air. If you don't have a block, you can always take your legs up a wall. It probably will be worth your while because we'll do a few movements from here using the block. So as your legs are up in the air and your arms are at I surrender, these are very yin in nature, yielding poses. I want you to imagine, so your feet are together, neither pointed nor flexed, your legs are relaxed. And I want you to imagine that your legs are the waterfall you've been painting. Wow, I've got my leggings kind of look like a waterfall from this perspective. So you are a waterfall, and you could close your eyes and really feel the water cascading down your legs. Hear the sound. Ooh, it's loud. And feel that pounding. And keep breathing. Again, see the colors and the movement and the power. And again, the deafening sound. But inside, you also have a river of stillness running through, coursing through your various systems. Feel that there's a harmony within. And then again, some have chosen to go to a wall, especially if you didn't have a block. But if you have the block underneath you, we're going to be bending the knees and place your feet on the mat. Just shift the block down a little more towards your tailbone so that you can be in the floating bridge. And your feet will be wide. Now, if there's somebody who really, really love a deep, deep stretch, and you're like, I don't get anything out of floating bridge, you can always take your block on its high end. You know, and it's funny because I can do that, but to me that it's okay, but to really get, for me to get the feeling of the floating bridge, I usually work the block on the low end. So it's not necessarily a matter of what I can do, but my preference, like what feels most authentically like a floating bridge. So your feet are wide, wider than the mat, so that gaps the sacrum, arms are up overhead, and you're breathing. Feeling the stretch to the rib cage, to your solar plexus, to the front of your body. And there's a deep receptivity. You're receptive to the moment, to this pose, to gravity's pull. The front of your body is long. It's been bright, and all of a sudden the whole room lit up. Like, I don't know, the sun is just shining right in. And then from here, we're going to bend the knees and remove the block, okay? Once you do so, pull knees right into chest. Still feeling that waterfall effect, the beautiful waterfall that we were creating, your masterpiece. And then let's bring the feet down, and we'll come up into bridge. So in bridge, use both legs, especially, you know, I know all of us have a dominant side. It's unusual to be fully ambidextrous, you know, sort of like we tend to be left or right-handed. And so use the less dominant side right now. Really press, like for me, I'm right-handed. So I'm really pressing my left leg into the mat. So I use the sides evenly. I'm compensating the less dominant side. Breathing in, exhale. Really stretch your ribs, stretch the front of your body. And then release, coming on out. And we have our happy baby reaching for your outside feet, soles of the feet looking up at the ceiling. Breathing in and exhale. And deep breath in and exhale. Good. All right. So from here, what we'll do, let's go ahead and do our windshield wiper as well. And, you know, I'm kind of thinking, I know, like most of you are from Seattle, right? In Seattle, and are in Seattle at the moment. And anyway, so some of you had a lot of snow. Some of you were shoveling. Maybe you were not shoveling. But anyways, this is really nice. Just kind of stretch out your low back. Hopefully your back is good. My sister Nora in Indiana has been shoveling, and she shovels a little bit every day. And why it falls on her, the only shoveler in the family, I don't know. But there you have it. And so I've been telling her, just do this. Do a little bit each time and just do this. Work out the kinks out of your back. Good. So from here, we are going to come right onto your side. And when you're on your side, your right elbow is down, your right palm is down. So we'll see. If this bothers your shoulder, you might have to go into a modified side plank using your hand instead of your elbow. But I think most of you will be fine. So your left foot steps forward. Your top leg, let's just say your top, this is my right hand holding me, my left leg. My top leg comes up, my foot is down, toes pointing towards the screen. My lower leg and my top hand help me to extend, and I'm going to reach my arm up. So if it's really hard for you, you might find that you can't really come up, okay? But I think most of you are pretty darn strong. And take your arm up overhead. Yep. You're going to lower, bring your hand, left hand to the right inside leg, and then come up again, and maybe you can bend your elbow, and maybe you can touch down. And drop down. Careful with your shoulder. You could do that again, Or maybe you're going to extend both legs, okay? Only if you feel like you can go into your side plank this way and breathe. Inhale. Exhale. Take the arm up over ear. And lower. We're coming right onto the belly, and we come to Sphinx. So it's a little weird because you just worked one side of your body. Breathe in. Exhale, really stretch the front of your body, and maybe some of you can straighten your arms. Maybe you have to like walk them a little further so you can straighten or stay in your Sphinx. When you extend, it's called Salamba Bhujangasana. Even when you're in Sphinx, the name of the pose, it has a name, and it's Salamba Bhujangasana. It's also called the Cobra. We say Sphinx because that's what it looks like, right? And then from here, lower, bring your forehead down onto your hands. Breathing in. Exhale. Let's come to the second side. I'll just turn so I can still see your side lying. This time I'm on my left side, on my left elbow, and my palm is down. My top leg comes over, foot pressing down, and my arm is up. So I can use my hand to lift the first time around. So there you are. So this top leg will help a lot. I'm going to reach my arm up over ear. I'm going to lower, and my right hand comes and touches the inside left leg. Inhale, press up, bend your elbow. Maybe you can touch down. Drop down and touch. You can do that again, or extending the legs. Use your top hand to lift. Try to get your lower leg off the mat. Reach up. Maybe you can bend, maybe you can touch, come out, and come right onto the belly, onto the elbows, and you have Salamba Bhujangasana, or what we know as Sphinx. Breathing in. Exhale, and some of you will straighten. And breathing in. Exhale. And lower. Once you lower, bring your forehead down and breathe. Hands alongside chest. Press up and stretch out your back, head down, and breathe. And then from here, downward facing dog. So I think what we'll do is we'll just do our downward facing dog, we'll stretch out, and then I'll show you, then we'll come out together and I'll just show you what I'd like to work on. So right now, the objective is, can I stretch through my legs? Can I work out all the kinks from that unexpected side plank? Cut you right in there. Just threw it right at you and you caught it. So raise the heels and lower. Raise the heels and lower. Take a moment, stretch out through your back. Create space. Good. And then bend the knees, bring your hands back by the heels, and breathe. So I'd like to show the next part. Some are going to find this super easy. Others might say, you might even do a variation of this from tabletop, from cat-cow, okay? So that would be the alternative. And again, some are going to say, wow, it's going to be like this big spectrum of who finds it easy and who does not. Okay, so the first one is from downward facing dog. I'm in downward facing dog. I'm going to take my right leg up, watch for a moment, right knee comes over and it's going to reach my right elbow. Not low, but high. And then I go back and left leg comes up, left knee forward, engage your core, come to plank, and it's not really plank because you're rounded, and then you come back. If you have success with that, you graduate to plank and touch, release, and touch, release. You see, I'm still maintaining the plank. Good. So I get to watch you. So let's start out downward facing dog. You guys are great. And right leg comes up in the air. Good. And then start to shift your body forward. Your back will round a little bit. You're tucking your belly in. Your right knee touches your right elbow. And then come back downward facing dog. Beautiful. Left leg comes up. And you'll start to bend your knee, engage your core, round your back, shift your weight forward until your shoulders are above the line of your wrists, and you touch knee to elbow, and then go back downward facing dog. Good. Next challenge, if you need to rest it out, go ahead. Good. I see you. Henry, you're there. You're in plank, and you're going to tighten through your belly. You're in plank, and you're like the plank warrior yogi. You're going to take your right knee and bring it towards your right elbow. And nothing really moves very much. And then extend back to plank. And then the left side. Beautiful. Okay. Good. Good. And then once you're done, okay, come on out, rest it out in child's pose. Hands back by your feet. Give your wrists a rest. Wally knows I never say give your wrists a break. I think subliminally does not go over well. So we say give your wrists a rest, even though it's really hard to say. Let's curl toes under, end up in a forward fold at the back end of your mat. Oh boy. Here we go. Alrighty. So you're at the back end of your mat, and feeling these opening movements. It's a good 25 minutes here. So you're softening the knees, stretching your low back. Take your hands to your elbows if you like. Eyes are open. One more breath. Inhale and exhale. And then hands onto your thighs. Come on up and sweep the arms up. Reach up high. Look up, arch back. And then hands to heart center. Good work. All righty. So I'm just adjusting a little bit because we have a warrior sequence. And it's different from how we normally do. So I'm going to say strap is nearby for later. Your blocks are nearby because I think you're going to need them because of the way we'll work. I need mine. So, yeah. You're at the front end of your mat, and hands are to heart center, mountain. You are the mountain. We're going to add breathing here as well. Earlier we did waterfall. Well, today we have a sunrise and a sunset. So here you are, mountain. You're going to bring your hands. They don't have to be on your belly, like kind of close to your belly. So they could be on your belly if you want, but just close. You could have hand over hand or hand next to hand. I have hand over hand. Same resonant breathing. You're going to inhale. Hand comes up in front of your face. Sunrise. Nasal breathing. Exhale. Palms face down. Sunset. Hand in front of the other right by the belly. Inhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. Sunrise. Palms down. 2, 3, 4, 5, sunset. That's the exhalation. Let's do that again. Inhale. In your mind's eye, see the colors of your sunrise. Exhale. See the colors of the sunset. Ooh, that's so much fun. Let's do it one more time. Just switch up how the hands, which hand is closest to the belly this time? Like, just switch it up a little bit. Inhale. Exhale. So it's very peaceful, resonant breathing. And from here, we're going to take the right foot back and be in a low lunge. So we're just adding the low lunge, and it's all about hip flexor. Your hands could be on your mat or using a block. Back leg is straightened if possible. Breathing in. And the higher you go, probably the more assistance you give yourself. Back heel down, come up, pelvis squared. And let's have the elbows bent, and hands are not in fists, but even so, I want to see your muscles. Just like, show me what you got. flex your biceps and show me your biceps. And here you are. And then, as if the ceiling is kind of low and you need to push it up. So you're going to just push the ceiling up, and it takes a lot of strength on your part to push it up. Success. Palms facing each other. And there you have Warrior One, Virabhadrasana 1. Breathing in. Exhale. Have a sense of resonant breathing sustaining you through this yoga practice. Now the hands come back and they're going to line up with your legs, like they're lining up. They're at your sides, palms are facing your sides, and you're just coming forward. Yep. And then we turn. We're going to adjust the legs so you're on a single track. Bend your left knee, Warrior Two coming up. And this time, again, flex your muscles, show me what you got without making fists. So the heart stays really relaxed, but the arms are active. And then you have, for some reason, you have two walls pushing in on you, and you're just like, no. And you're going to push the walls back, and it's going to take all the strength you've got. Success. Extend your fingertips and reach, look past your left hand and breathe. And bend deeply in your left knee, 90-degree bend. Breathing in. Exhale. And then the arms go soft. From here, we're going to step forward. So it's quite a step, so you have to shift your pelvis. Your hands can help you to swing the foot forward. The right leg that was back is going to be either tapping the floor or up. And we're going to grab a block. And see if you can keep holding the foot up. Take your arms and the block up into the air. Breathe in. Exhale. Take your knee forward. And then kick it back as you come down. You could use both blocks if you want. It's a variation on Warrior Three. So kick your legs straight back, push out through the heel. This is a lot of, like that perseverance. Remember, we are officially year of the ox, the metal ox. This is a strong year for all of us, whether you're born under the metal ox or not. Metal ox only comes around once every 60 years. Yeah. So it's unusual. It's almost impossible to have lived through two of these. And let's go ahead and take your hands to your heart. Breathing in. I suppose you can. Let's see, 60, no, you can't. I don't think so. And then extend your arms out to a T and breathe. Yeah. And then come on up. And pulling knee to chest. Good work. We're coming to a squat. Drop right down into your squat. Now you might have to modify, and some of you can come pretty deeply in your squat. And then you're going to take your hands. So your hands are pushing. It's the Julie. I think I've talked to you about that in class before. Your elbows are the inside knee. You've got your hands on the block, and you're squeezing. The block is the walnut, and your knees are the nutcracker. And you're pushing in, and it's a hard nut to crack, right? So you've got to really work at squeezing in. That gives you stability, but also opens the inner thighs. And release. So, hands are down. And then we're going to either walk or spring your feet back. Your feet are going to come together. You're going to be in plank. So 1, 2, 3. Walk or spring. Springing is awfully fun. And breathe. Exhale. Lower right onto your belly. And clasp, hook your thumbs behind your back. Hook your thumbs. reach back, tops of the feet pushing down, and work the strength of your back. Press the tops of the thighs down. Take the arms out to a T, and then rehook your thumbs. Extend. Breathing in. Exhale. Arms out to a T, and then it's up to you. You could hook again, or hands are alongside chest, pressing up into cobra. Elbows could be bent or elbows straightened. Thighs grounded. Lower, press back. Child's pose. Take a moment to stretch, head is down, and breathe. Exhale. Let's come back. Downward facing dog. Stretching. Your legs, the back of your body, the entire posterior of your body stretched, and the front of your body strong. Walk or spring forward. And as you're here, lengthen the spine. Look ahead of you. Fold in. Soften the knees, sweep the arms up. Palms touch, reach up, reach back. And hands to heart center. Second side. So I just shift around, and I'm hoping that you feel. And by the way, the ones that I said that we were really, really going to use the block for, I'm saving them for last. Okay, so I decided to kind of change things around a little bit. So you're in mountain, hands are to heart, and yes, we're going to paint. Now we're going to be painting those sunsets and sunrises. Hands are right beside your belly, and you're going to inhale. You're looking up. As you inhale, you have the sunset, sunrise, and then the palms are down, and you have the sun set, and your chin comes down. And hands pass in front of the belly, up in front of the heart, in front of your face. Inhale, and you have the sunrise, and exhale, nasal breathing. We're going to do another one quietly. And I'm kind of hoping you can hear that breathing. Good work. So from here, left foot will go back, and we're coming to our low lunge. So blocks or no blocks. So just see what you can do here as you stretch the back leg and breathe. And talk about a nice way to relax by stretching into your psoas and your hip flexors. That's the first muscle to tighten when we're under stress. Whatever stress it is, be it the stress of not being able to sleep, anywhere from that to a difficult person, to a difficult situation, to snow to be shoveled, that sort of thing, ice. Alrighty. And then your back heel down and reaching up. Now let's go ahead and make the muscles. Hands are spread wide. Show me what you got. And then push the ceiling up. Palms face each other. Back heel grounded. Back little toe grounded. You could say the asana gives you an opportunity to think globally throughout your body. Like you're thinking about a lot of different places in your body. It's like a mind training to be expansive, not just think about your face or one part of your body. Think globally. Breathing in. Exhale, lift. Good. Hands come down, and then we have our warrior two. So I'm shifting, and I'm adjusting. So I'm on one track. My right foot is leading the way. I'm going to bend the knee. And I'm going to bend my elbows. Show me what you got. Show your strong arms. And then push those two walls away. Keep that strength. Extend. And then look past your right middle finger and breathe. Maybe you can deepen the bend in your right knee. Good. And then from here you turn. The block is kind of in the way. You're going to come forward, and either your back foot never really leaves the floor or it's up. You're like a flamingo here. And then grab hold of one block and hold it with both hands and take the block up. Balancing. And then send your bent right knee forward. Yeah, breathing in like you're climbing a big step. And then starting to come to Virabhadrasana 3, Warrior 3. You have your hands could be on the blocks, extending, and breathe. Nice breath in. Exhale, maybe taking your hands to your heart, or taking the arms out to the sides like a giant dragonfly with iridescent wings. Breathing in. Exhale. Hands come down. And we'll come to our squat. So modify or come all the way down. And then take hold of the walnut, the block. You're going to hold the block. Elbows are going to push against the knees, but the knees are going to squeeze in, lengthen the spine, and breathe. One more breath here. Inhale. Exhale. So blocks might be a little in the way, so you just kind of push them off the mat and walk or spring back to plank. 1, 2, 3. And there you go. The feet are together. Breathing in. Exhale. We're going to lower onto the belly. Now, as you lower, I think the only thing I would say here is you need space. So I don't want you kicking the coffee table and, things like that. That's going to hurt. So just kind of look around. And I have a lot of space here, so I'm really happy. I moved that coffee table out of the way. And so what you're going to do, and we'll do it slowly. We'll do it together. I'm going to turn my head towards the screen. So I'm turning my head left. And the right side of my face, which I'm touching, is going to come down to the mat. My arms, palms are facing up. They could be out at a T, or I would say have them at a 45-degree angle from your sides. Left leg comes up. Left leg comes over. You're going to bend your knee and try to find your hand, right hand finding the left foot. Come back to center. Turn your head right. So I always turn my head in the direction of the leg that is going to lift. Reach. I turn to the right. My right leg is up. I'm going to come over. I'm going to bend the knee. I'm going to reach for my foot and breathe. The foot taps the floor. I'm going to take off the mic. We'll see how this works so that I can actually do this. So I'm turning my head left leg up, come over, tap, come back to center. Turn your head right, lift, tap. Do that back and forth until it becomes like a fun movement. You might be doing it forever. Do it until it feels like it's a little more effortless. And can you do it so that you're really rolling? You're really rolling like my left leg is back and I'm really rolling on my right hip. Back and forth. Get a little rhythm going. if you're doing yoga together with a family member or your spouse, you're gonna be running into each other. That's okay. I could think of worse things. Even it out, and then come back to center. Good. We're going to come back to child's pose. Hopefully that's fun. Okay. And lower your head and breathe. Stretching your back. One more. Breathing in. And exhale. And then let's press back, downward facing dog. And we'll walk again to walk or spring to the front of your mat. There you are in a forward bend. It should feel very different from last time you were in a forward bend. Much more open. Let's go ahead and bend the knees, come to chair so we have nice strong legs, really, really strong legs, and extend your arms up and breathe. And push heels into the mat, lift up, arch back, and hands to heart center. Okay. So what I'm hoping is we'll look at this half moon and maybe revolved half moon, okay? And you might say, I'll do half moon, but I'm not doing the revolved. I don't know. I have no idea. But this is where the blocks come in handy, at least especially if you're doing the revolved. You could do this against a wall if you just want to do your half moon and say that's what I'll do. So my left foot is leading the way. Might as well come into triangle. These are the last of the standing. I wanted to kind of showcase them rather than try to do them with the warriors. And you're going to bend your left knee, reach your left hand for the block, move it forward with you, and you're in your half moon. Pushing out through your heel and breathe. You could stay there, or your right hand comes onto the block as well. I bring it up a little bit so the blocks are even. My pelvis is squared, and left hand comes onto your low back. You're going to turn your head to the left. Revolved, half moon. And then you're going to take your left arm up into the air. So as soon as I went there, my back leg wants to come down, so I'm going to have to work really hard to keep my right leg up in the air as my left arm comes up. Come out, bring the feet together, and come to standing. Hands to heart center. Those are tough, so you can see why I want to do them all separately. Okay, so I'm going to bring my blocks the other way, starting out with the most familiar, triangle. Breathe in. Exhale, come over, hand on knee or shin bone or ankle. And breathe. Half moon, bending your right knee. Your hand on the right block, it's going to move forward as you move forward. Flexing your left ankle and breathe. And then you bend your knee a little bit as you bring the left block in alignment, and now you square your pelvis, and then your right hand is on your low back, and you're turning towards the right. So all the while keeping your left leg active, turn. That might be it for you, or extending your right arm up into the air, and breathe. And the hand comes down, and the legs come together, and bring your hands to heart and feel so accomplished. And breathing in. Exhale. Good. So we have a few of the yin, the more quiet kind of like poses. So here's where we'll go. We're going to see how this works for you. My legs are forward. And think of it, it's called the hurdler stretch. You've seen, like if you were on football team, or you've seen football players kind of doing their stretch pre-game. You've seen this, I bet. So your left knee is bending, and your leg goes over to the side. So if I'm showing it from here, my left knee is bending. It's internal. It's not external rotation. It's internal. And I'm taking that leg back. If this is really hard for you, do what works for you, internal. That's okay. Or your leg is back. Okay, so again, I'm just kind of showing all those little ways, okay? So the leg is not forward, and that's why it tends to work for most of us, because your quad, it stretches, but it's a better angle. Now, for me, all my weight is on my right sitting bone. Maybe you're able to keep both sitting bones down. I'm not. And then we're coming forward. You might need your strap. Earlier I said have a strap handy. That was for this. So you might be upright, or maybe you're able to come forward. Maybe you're able to reach and bring your head down. Breath in. Exhale. Come on up. And then reverse. Bending, internal rotation, taking the leg out to the side. Reach your arms up. Inhale. Exhale, coming forward. Lowering your head and breathing. That's an intense stretch, isn't it? And it really puts a lot of weight on the one leg. Okay. Come on up and release. We're coming onto our backs. Have your blocks handy. They may, or some of you have bolsters, so it might be you're going to use a bolster at some point, or your blocks. Coming onto your back, and let's just do a few pelvic tilts. So you press your back down into the mat and really feel your navel descends and your back is pressing down, and inhale, release. Exhale, press, and inhale, release. Last one. Exhale, press, and inhale, release. Pulling knees into chest, stretching the lower back. So one way you could do this is if you have a bolster, well, here, I'll just say this. If you're able to, and I'll show, this doesn't work for all the backs, right? So I have one block under my upper body, my shoulder blades, and the other block could be on its high end for my head. And some can do this. The lower block is comfortable enough that you have all these variations on how to support your head, or your head needs no support. Another way, and I'm thinking about Wally, I'm thinking about some others who may find I don't know, I don't do well with these. This is not the best cushion in the world. I wish it was more narrow, but let's imagine that this is a blanket that's been folded and folded, and it would be long ways along my spine. And what I would do is my head would be on it as well, and I could even, if it's not long enough, I could even bring something under my sacrum. So my head is on the blanket. It's a cushion for me. My head would be on it. This could even be your bolster. It's long ways, and there's even something under your sacrum. and your spine is very comfortable. What it does is it allows your shoulders to drop down and relax your shoulders. And breathe. And then from here, we are going to bend the knees, removing the block, and whatever it is that you have underneath you, and then start to make your way to Shavasana. You have a longer Shavasana today. I usually short you a little bit. So again, that what it could be is that the bolster is now under your knees. Okay? And, we worked on warriors today and some other unusual postures. So here you are. The bolster or whatever it is would be under your knees. You would relax your back. Have your palms facing up. Shoulders are very relaxed. And you come to stillness. And in your mind's eye, you're still painting those amazing waterfalls. You've gotten into it's kind of like addictive. You can't stop. You're painting the waterfall. And you've become quite good at painting the waterfall. Observe your breathing. You don't have to change your breath at all. Simply observe the rise and fall of your breath. Today's session is dedicated to belonging. I could say we long to belong. I could say it's not a need. I think it's a necessity to belong. And the belonging to family, to community, to this intricate web of life. And then we have this beautiful quote by Brené Brown, the author of Daring Greatly, how the courage to be vulnerable transforms the way we live, love, parent, and lead. She's the author. She says, true belonging only happens when we present our authentic, imperfect selves to the world. Our sense of belonging can never be greater than our level of self-acceptance. So here you are lying on your backs in Shavasana. You are the waterfall. You are energy coursing through your veins. You are the light that emanates from your eyes and your skin and your whole being. And you are the kindness that is generated by your heart. You are your breath. You are this moment. You're the snow that falls and melts and becomes slush. and you're the clear winter sky. You are the promise of spring. You are. You simply are. You will ever so slowly begin to deepen your breathing. And yes, moving your hands, moving your feet, and just making your way to sitting. And of course, you're welcome to turn your audio on, your video,